Imagine a world where the dawn of civilization glimmered not in the familiar landscapes of Mesopotamia or Egypt, but in the fertile valleys and riverbanks of southeastern Europe. This is the story of the Vinca culture, a forgotten chapter in human history that challenges everything we thought we knew about the origins of complex societies. Long before the pharaohs built their pyramids, before the Sumerians etched cuneiform into clay, the people of the Vinca culture were crafting a legacy that would echo through the ages, hidden beneath layers of earth and centuries of silence. It all begins over 7,000 years ago, in the heart of the Balkans, where the mighty Danube River winds its way through what is now Serbia, Romania, Bulgaria, and beyond. Here, during a warming age after the last glacial period, the Vinca people flourished. Archaeological excavations at sites like Vinča-Belo Brdo have revealed settlements so vast and sophisticated, they dwarf anything else in prehistoric Europe. Imagine a single site stretching across 29 hectares, its cultural layers stacked more than 10 meters deep, a testament to over a millennium of continuous habitation. These were not scattered huts or temporary camps. These were true urban centers, with streets laid out in careful order, neighborhoods clustered side by side, and buildings reaching 2, sometimes 3 stories high. What archaeologists discovered next will shock you. Some of these communities housed up to 4,000 people, making them the largest known prehistoric settlements in Europe. But the enigma of the Vinca culture does not end with its scale. Their technological achievements defy explanation. In an age when most of humanity still shaped stone and bone, the Vinca were smelting copper, forging tools and ornaments from metal with a skill that would not be matched for thousands of years elsewhere. Their pottery was not the crude earthenware of other Neolithic peoples. Instead, it was burnished to a deep, lustrous black, adorned with intricate geometric patterns and mysterious symbols. These ceramics, along with polished stone axes and bone implements, hint at specialized workshops and a society already divided by craft and function, a level of organization that mainstream archaeology long believed impossible for this era. Yet it is the Vinca symbols that have become the culture's most tantalizing secret. Over 1,000 different signs have been unearthed, etched on pottery shards, figurines, and ceremonial objects. Some appear pictographic, others abstract, their meanings lost to time. Could this be Europe's first writing system? Scholars are divided. Decipherment attempts have all failed. The truth has been hidden for thousands of years, locked behind a code no one can yet break. If these symbols do represent true writing, it would mean the Vinca accomplished this monumental leap 2,000 years before the first Egyptian hieroglyphs and 1,500 years before the Sumerians invented cuneiform. What messages lie buried in these ancient signs? Are they records of trade, prayers to forgotten gods, or warnings of events that would reshape their world? The mystery remains unsolved. As for their art, the Vinca left behind thousands of clay figurines, anthropomorphic and zoomorphic forms that speak of a culture rich in religious and ritual traditions. Many are female, with exaggerated features, suggesting the worship of a mother goddess and a society deeply connected to fertility and the cycles of nature. Bulls, birds, and other animals appear in symbolic contexts, perhaps linked to seasonal ceremonies or agricultural rites. Sacred spaces and possible temples have been identified within settlements, while burial practices range from cremation to inhumation, hinting at complex beliefs about life, death, and the afterlife. Their economic systems were equally advanced. The Vinca cultivated wheat, barley, and legumes, domesticated cattle and pigs, and developed improved farming tools and crop storage methods. Large pottery vessels for grain and resource management have been found, pointing to a society with food surpluses and the ability to support craft specialists. Evidence of long-distance trade networks emerges from the discovery of exotic materials and artifacts far from their origins. Copper resources were carefully controlled, and social hierarchies began to emerge, another sign of a civilization far ahead of its time. Yet, like all lost civilizations, the Vinca's story is marked by decline and transformation. Around 4200 BCE, a cooling climate began to disrupt agriculture and settlement patterns. Archaeological records show site abandonments, population shifts, and a gradual fading of Vinca cultural markers. Unlike the dramatic collapses of other ancient societies, the Vinca seem to have transformed slowly, their legacy dissolving into the cultures that followed. But why did they vanish, and how did their knowledge persist? Some believe migration pressures or external threats played a role. Others point to internal social changes. The answers remain elusive, shrouded in the archaeological gaps of the late 5th millennium BCE. Despite over a century of excavation and research, the Vinca culture remains one of history's greatest enigmas. New technologies, like ground-penetrating radar and advanced dating methods, continue to reveal hidden structures and artifacts. Major sites such as Devostan, Selavac, and Plochnik expand our understanding, yet each discovery raises new questions. How did the Vinca achieve such technological sophistication at a time when most of Europe was still in the Stone Age? Did their ideas spread to later cultures, or were they lost forever? Why does mainstream history still overlook their achievements in favor of the Mediterranean civilizations? Comparative studies show that the Vinca's urban and technological feats rival those of early Mesopotamia, Anatolia, and the Indus Valley, despite predating them by centuries or even millennia. Their influence on subsequent European societies is still debated, but the evidence points to foundational models for settlement, metallurgy, and artistic traditions. The legacy of the Vinca culture, if properly understood, could rewrite the entire narrative of European prehistory. Modern scholarship is finally beginning to recognize the Vinca's importance, but challenges remain. Political instability in the Balkans, funding shortages, and the relentless advance of modern development threaten archaeological sites and research efforts. International cooperation is needed, yet theoretical biases persist, with a historical focus on the Mediterranean overshadowing the Balkans. The absence of deciphered texts hampers our understanding, and many major discoveries are still unpublished, hidden from both the academic world and the public eye. So what secrets lie beneath the soil of southeastern Europe? What truths have been hidden for 7,000 years? The story of the Vinca culture is one of mystery, innovation, and forgotten greatness, a civilization that defies explanation and invites us to question everything we thought we knew about the origins of urban life. As new discoveries unfold and the lost symbols are slowly brought to light, we are left with a haunting question. What other ancient secrets remain undiscovered, waiting to change our understanding of history forever?